Remember when Jordan Poole got traded and we all just assumed he was going to start averaging like 30 points per game? Guys, he's free. He doesn't have Steph Curry or Klay Thompson to shoot all the shots. Jordan Poole's going to go for 30 per game and make the All-Star team. Oh my God, how much we were wrong. Jordan Poole this season has not only regressed as a player, people are starting to lose respect for him, and the Wizards are the most unserious basketball team in the league. And they play in the same league as the Pistons, and I'm not going to lie, the Pistons are a pretty bad basketball team. Guys, it was no nut November, not no win December. Trust me, I would know. It seems like out of nowhere, the entire NBA just kind of switched on their opinions about Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole used to be this guy that was, a fun player to watch. He was someone that we all enjoyed his game. And of course, I cannot forget that one moment when he saw that one girl during the Warriors game. You guys know what I'm talking about. Honey, I see you. Oh, sorry. I don't want to get this video copyright claim. But seriously, Jordan Poole was someone that we all enjoyed watching. He was a key contributor to the Warriors championship run, and now he's kind of a joke. Also, it seems like people in the NBA community are constantly trying to tear this man down, and honestly, I'd say the reasons are pretty justifiable. And am I even surprised that this is going on? Well, not necessarily. Look, I always thought Jordan Poole was a good player, but good is really the only thing I would call him. Sure, he was a key reason to why the Warriors won the finals in 2022, but he was also the reason why they struggled really bad in 2023. On top of that, I feel like Jordan Poole kind of peaked too early. See, Jordan Poole is a very young player, and that's a great thing that he's succeeding at this young of an age. But the problem is when you succeed at a very young age, it can easily get to your head. When I tell you the Wizards are a pretty unserious basketball team, I mean it. The two leaders on their team are Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. Wizards fans, if you want to jump off a building, I'm not going to stop you. And I don't even want to make it sound like I'm trying to fully disrespect Kyle Kuzma, because Kyle Kuzma is actually balling this year. Ever since Kyle Kuzma got to Washington, it seems like he's just started to slowly improve because, well, he's one of the more important options. And this year, he's technically a first option. This season, he's averaging about 24 points per game, which is a career high for him as of right now. I expect him to keep up this average. In fact, maybe he even goes up to 25 points per game. Look, as much as I'm going to make fun of Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole in this video, Kyle Kuzma has been doing his thing. Yeah, I don't think he's an all-star, but did any of us really expect that? No. Now, Jordan Poole, that's a different story. Jordan Poole has not only led the Wizards to a terrible record, one of the worst in the NBA, but statistically, he's also playing worse. And even if I didn't have the box score in front of me, even if I couldn't tell you how many points he's averaging, if you look at the way he's playing in general, he's just playing not well, to say the least. He's missing a lot of shots. He's turning into a shot chucker, but most importantly, he's playing for highlights. I get it, Jordan Poole's always been the guy that gets highlights, but when you're trying to be the leader of a basketball team, that shit does not work. Look, it was cute in Golden State when you were Steph Curry's understudy, learning after him and playing in his gravity, but when you got to your own team and you were handed the keys to an NBA franchise and told you're going to be one of the franchise players to this team, yeah, you haven't really been playing up to expectations. But maybe some of you guys might say, oh, but Spex, Jordan Poole, he's just struggling, he's trying to adapt to this number one option. Listen, I understand that completely, and I wanted to give him leeway. But look, there's one thing that happened. There was one moment that made me believe it's Joe over, and I got scared for Jordan Poole. The Washington Wizards are taking on the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden, and look, somebody tweeted about them going to the game. Oh shit, is that Ruby Rose? Oh shit, Jordan Poole, and when the baddies are courtside, we know how that's gonna go. Oh my God. Gentlemen, let's be, gentlemen for a sec. This is the equivalent to our crush showing up to our basketball game when they said on their story, yo, I'm gonna show up, and you're all excited to see her at your game, and you drop a triple single. Not only do you score 8 points on 2 of 11 shooting, but your crush puts money on you to do well, and then she tweets about it after in a deleted tweet. That is fucking embarrassing. That is basically what happened to Jordan Poole. The New York Knicks stole his lunch money. They embarrassed this man, and honestly, that you cannot come back from that. It was at this moment that I knew, yeah, Jordan Poole is not having a good year, and I should probably look into this. But yeah, I even waited a while. I thought it was a slump, and he had a couple okay games, but no, Jordan Poole has still continued to be bad. So you might be asking yourself, how does somebody like Jordan Poole, that was one of the up-and-coming players for the Golden State Warriors, someone that was supposed to take over when Steph and Klay and Draymond all retired, how the hell did he go from that situation to a rebuilding team in Washington where he's not even the face anymore because he's not good enough to be the face? Well, simply, it became about highlights instead of actually balling. And I'm not trying to be old head saying, oh, you gotta only do the fundamentals. No, I like highlights, I like the crazy dunks, the passes as much as the next guy. But when you're getting blown out and you do an off the oop backboard fucking dunk, that is fucking embarrassing. Oh, and how could I forget this? We got wide open on a pretty nice crossover just to do this. Well, what the fuck is that? With all due respect, if you want to join the Harlem Globetrotters, I'm sure they would give you a spot. But playing for the Washington Wizards, this is not gonna work, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think something else that is also pretty interesting is the fact that there has been some videos coming out of Jordan Poole just not paying attention or kind of looking disoriented from the team. Now, the thing is, these videos are kind of misleading. Like, there's this one video where like he's not paying attention to a play and he's getting all mad and being all pissy about it. The narrative is that Jordan Poole said something along the lines of like, this is my team, I got this. But that's not actually what he said. In reality, he was pissed off at himself. He fucked up on a crucial play and he was mad about it. We've all been there as hoopers. But the fact that there was a narrative about Jordan Poole and people actually believed it pretty easily is kind of insane to me. Also, there was like this NBA Can Tell type account, which if you don't know what those accounts are, basically it's like an NBA Central account, but they changed one of the letters so it looks real, but it's a fake account. Anyways, I think it was like a Legion Hoops type account. Basically what they did was they tweeted out that Jordan Poole was already looking to be traded. I think it was like 10 games into the season. What's crazy is people actually fucking believe that this was true. And a certain person, I'm not gonna say him, you know, we have a podcast together, they believed it so much they put it in a video. Now, all troll shit aside, go check out Ja's Jordan Poole video. He made it, but make sure you watch it after this video. We're not done. We still got shit to talk about. The fact that people actually believe that Jordan Poole is about to get traded like this early into the season is kind of sad. Like if they said that about anybody else, like let's say Bradley Beal, if he was actually healthy, then I think a lot of people would be like, okay, shut the fuck up. I'm not even gonna lie. I was fooled by it too. I was about to make a Jordan Poole video, then I got sick, and then I saw that. I'm like, oh, thank God I got sick because I was gonna put that on my video. It's crazy. The narratives around Jordan Poole are kind of just weird to see, and it sucks. You know, I've always liked Jordan Poole, but I'm sorry, when you get an ego like this, you kind of deserve to fail. Because at the end of the day, that's truly what it is. Jordan Poole got a big ass ego from playing Golden State, winning a finals, and of course playing on that great team, and he learned a lot from Steph Curry. But then he got a bag, then it didn't really matter as much because he thought, oh, I'm gonna win on Golden State. But when they didn't win and they traded him to one of the worst franchises in the NBA, everything kind of went downhill. But the reality is, do we think Jordan Poole actually cares? I mean, this man is making a bag. He's not going to win an NBA title. Hell, people are going to be impressed if they win 25 games. In reality, this man is just hooping for highlights, and that's about it. And sure, I love Or Hoops as much as the next guy, but I'm sure the franchise that is running this team is not going to be happy about it. Now listen, do I think Jordan Poole can get into his untapped potential? Yes, I do, but he has to put aside the ego. He has to learn to be a team player first, and he needs to learn that he has a lot of work to do. I genuinely believe if he just put away his ego and he'd try to be a winner, that the Washington Wizards would do better than what they're doing. Not saying they're going to be a playoff team, not saying Jordan Poole's going to be an automatic all-star, but I think it would be a step in the right direction compared to whatever the fuck this is. I'm sorry, something about this just really pisses me off, I'm going to be honest. Look, you're the face of the franchise. You got to put aside the ego and actually put in the work, because it seems like at this point you're just there for the vibes, which that's cool. I like being here for vibes as well, but I'm not getting paid over $100 million. The fact that this man Steph Curry basically secured Jordan Poole a bag is crazy, man. We live in a crazy world. I mean, wasn't this guy like a second round pick and was one of the worst rookies in his class until he had a pretty good year? I feel like I'm just bagging on Jordan Poole at this point. Look, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. Also, my bad for not uploading yesterday. Yeah, there's no real good excuse. I kind of just did it. Anyways, the first video from Spex is going to be on the screen right here. It was a Malika Andrews video. Also, Ja, fuck you. Fuck you, man.